Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be how I tip my brows at home. This is a YouTube hack that I'm testing at home and I wanted to do a full tutorial and full review on it because a lot of the time the YouTube hacks that we see don't actually work out, so I figured I would start trying some of them out so that I can fail epically, or it could be a huge success on camera and then you wouldn't have to go through the pain and agony that I am putting myself through. So this one today is how to tint your brows at home, and if you want to see if it works or doesn't work, just keep on watching. So I'm trying to get you guys as close as possible so you can see how sparse these eyebrows are. Obviously, like right here in the very front is kind of full, and then on the tail it's very sparse. As you can see here, it's like crazy sparse. So again, it's just really blonde. Yeah. And you can see that it's just, these are just blonde hairs. There's not a whole lot going on there. So obviously I fill my eyebrows in. What I'm going to be using is that Just for Men. I wanted to get this particular box is because it is auto stop formula and you can't go too dark. And this is for the natural look. There's no mixing. It says up to 3 uses and it lasts up to 6 weeks. Because you're doing your brow hair, I doubt that it's going to last that long, but I like the fact that it's no mixing. I don't have to worry about it. It's just in this tube here, as you can see. So what I'm planning on doing, because it didn't come with, it came with gloves, but it didn't come like with a little tray or anything. And it came with this thing, which no one should be using on their brows. So I'm just gonna toss that guy. And I'm gonna use a little bowl. This one has all of my eyelashes and stuff in it, like my glue or my lash and my tweezers and all that. I'm gonna use a glass dish just like this to put this in there, and then I'm going to go ahead and just fill in the brows with a angled brush. I was going to use spoolies. I don't think it will be as precise as it would be if I used an angled brush. I'm not using my very good angled brush. I'm only going to be using one that I don't really like because obviously it'll be stained and it'll probably be ruined after a few uses. But again, you do want to use a angled brush that is something that you're not going to be using on the regular, and you want to wash it immediately after use. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into a bowl and we'll get started. So obviously I've seen this done on YouTube quite a lot, but everybody uses different products. So this is just a no-name angled brush. As you can see here, it's already stained from other stuff, so it's perfect. And it's very small, so I can really get in kind of detail. It does come with a little seal here. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull that off. Oh my God, my cat is driving me crazy. No matter what I'm doing, filming, sitting in here, he's always up in the mix. Always. So I'm literally only putting about that much, and that's even too much. The color that I'm using is light medium because I don't want it obviously to be too dark, and my roots, if you can see here, are pretty light. So I'm going to use a medium dark because I do like darker brows to match my roots. I'm first gonna just dab this in and kind of work it around, and then kind of just take off any excess on the side here. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is kind of do exactly what I would do if I was using a powder. Kind of just line it here. And if you mess up, that's okay. You can go in with a little wet wipe, like I just did. That guy, with a little wet wipe. Okay, see? Okay. Brush it up. Hopefully you guys can see that. Obviously you can tell it works very quickly. And there you go. So now I'm going to do the other side, while that one develops. Hopefully you guys can see this one better. And you can see right here that I don't have a whole lot of hair. So I'm trying to fill that in with this so that it will kind of like stain the skin as well. And I know that sounds terrible, but when you got nothing, you gotta make it look like you got something. It's all an optical illusion. So I went up, kind of cleaned that up, went from the bottom, cleaning that up too. I'm wiping off my little brush and I will rinse it here in a little bit, but this is a micellar wipe, so it's pretty good about getting off product. And you can see I still have a crap ton in here. So literally you need like a third of a dime size to actually do this on your brows if you've got very light brows like I do. And we're just gonna sit here and wait for them to develop. We will see how they look. Hopefully I don't look like a crazy person with dark brows and light hair, because I mean, I like them darker or as dark as my roots, but I do not like them to look like black eyebrows with blonde hair. I don't look right. So I'm gonna keep letting them develop here as I'm looking at them. They do look a little darker in person than they're not coming up on camera. And I did wax my brows yesterday because I wanted to make sure that they were going to have the right shape. I do wax myself. If you are not a licensed professional like I am, please go and see a professional to get them arched the way that you want them, or pluck them at home. Just don't over pluck the tail, because once that's gone, it's not coming back. It just depends on your personal needs. For me, because I am so blonde, I do have a lot of peach fuzz, especially up and around this area, so I did wax the entire thing to give me more of an arch and a better idea of where I wanted the product to be. So I'm gonna let these kind of do their thing, and I'll just stay with you guys throughout the process so that you can really see how they develop. Okay, so the directions say to wait 10 minutes. I'm not gonna do that. I'm only gonna wait 5, because obviously my eyebrow hair is a lot blonder and it does pick up because it is virgin hair too. With virgin hair, your hair tends to pick up on product and go darker. So I'm going to leave this on for about 5 minutes. All right, so it's 9:02 right now, if you can see that. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this on for another 3 minutes, and then we will see how it goes. I am kind of liking the way that this is developing, a little bit more light in the inner corners, because I do like the way that that looks, and then it gets darker as you go towards the end. We will see how it looks when I take it off though. And I'm not going to fill my brows in so that you can see the full extent of what it looks like. Obviously I have no makeup on, and I will do the rest of my face, but I will not fill in my brows so you can see what exactly it looks like, because I feel like a lot of videos, especially when you are watching YouTube, they tend to fill their brows in after they do this process and you can't see exactly what it looks like. So I'm not going to be doing that, so that you can really see how dark they are and what it looks like without me doing any shape, doing any filling, doing anything, and see what it looks like. Hopefully you guys appreciate it, because I mean, this kind of came up because I was like, you know, testing out YouTube hacks and actually giving you a real opinion on it, because sometimes the hacks do work, but they're not as great as you think they are when you try it yourself. So I thought I'd start this series of, doing YouTube hacks and seeing if it actually works. So this is my first one, and if you guys want to see a certain hack tried to see if it works, please put it in the comments below so that I can gauge kind of what you guys want to see. Let's see, what time is it? I've got 1 more minute and then I'm going to take these bad boys off. So yeah, alrighty guys, I will see you guys back in just a second. Bye. So before I do put on the rest of my makeup, I did want to give you just a little hint of what it looks like. It's awesome. It works really, really well. As you can see, it did stain my skin just a little bit there. But for the most part, I mean, I'm really happy with the results. It matches my hair almost perfectly, and they're a little bit more intense, and yeah, I'm just really happy with them. So I'll go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and I will come back for my final thoughts. So my final thoughts on this particular hack, it actually works really well. I'm very happy with it. What I would advise is to leave it on for the full 10 minutes, because I took it off in 5 and realized that it did not tint as much as I had hoped, which is actually quite good because you can always go back and tint more. I don't know how long it'll last, probably a couple of weeks, because I do wash my face twice a day, in the morning and at night. So the color and the pigment in my brows will probably again be faded very quickly. So with that being said, because the product that I did get was a light medium brown. Obviously it was not going to tint my eyebrows black. This particular product was an auto stop, meaning that once it hits the color after the 10 minutes that it would stop processing. I always take that with a grain of salt because obviously being a hairdresser, that is not always true. You do want to watch what you're putting on your face, and you do want to watch how long it's been on. Because there was no hydrogen peroxide with this product and there was no mixing, it was very easy to just put it in a little container and use a angle brush to kind of brush it on where you wanted the product. Again, I don't think that it would be something that would be too hard for beginners, and I think that it does work very well. It retailed for $7.49. I don't know if I said that in the tutorial itself, but it does retail for $7.49, and obviously you're getting a crap ton of products so that you can actually do this every other week if you wanted to, depending on how fast your brows grow or how quick it fades. All in all, it did work very well, and I'm very happy with the results. I will go ahead and link everything down below for you if you are interested, and I hope you guys like this video. Thank you again so much for watching. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell for upcoming videos. I do post 2 to 3 times a week depending on how I'm feeling, and if you want to see something specific, leave it in the comments. I will leave all my handles below for Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and again, they'll be all linked down below. If you do have any other suggestions on hacks you'd like to see, please let me know. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. We'll probably fade very quickly. Can you see him? Raymond! Raymond!